Today I'm going to show you guys how to use a bead breaker to remove a tire off a rim, and maybe I'll go through the process of actually getting the tire all the way off the rim. So this is a bead breaker that I'm using. Basically, you clamp onto the rim right here, and when you tighten this bolt, it pushes down. These two tabs move down, and it pushes the bead off the rim. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you got this screw right here, adjust how tightly it clamps. So I usually back this way out so the clamp is out of the way when I'm pounding it on, the breaker on. So loosen this up all the way too. That just means that all these tabs are lined up, or just tighten it to a spot to where they're lined up. What you're going to do is you're going to hold this clamp out of the way, and just make sure that this clamp goes on the outside of the rim, and these three tabs go, turn, so you can see the three tabs go under the rim. So you kind of want to push it down and get it started a little bit, and then grab your hammer, knock on the back side, and get it pounded underneath there. And this clamp works pretty well. So basically, now tighten up this screw so it tightens up the clamp a little bit, so that it's on all the way. So that when you push this lever back, it engages the clamp. And now you're clamped onto the rim really tightly right here. Let me show you close up what that looks like. That's what we're looking for. So then you grab your long bar here, or grab your wrench, and as you tighten this bolt here, it pushes down on the outside sections of the breaker, and it pushes the tire off the bead, or the bead off the rim. And actually, I don't think I pounded this on quite all the way, but it'll still probably work. I'm not reusing these tires, so I'm not super concerned. There we go. So now that it's off the bead, you can continue to push it down the rest of the way by hand. Also, before you do this, you remove the valve stem out of your valve so that all the air can come out. So when you're done, loosen this up, undo the pressure off the clamp, loosen the bolt, and that's what happens. So then tighten this back up. Yeah, there you go. That's how you use a bead breaker. If you have to change a tire, these tools are a must-have, including some big tire irons. Once you got the bead broke off, you got to get the bead over the outside of the rim. So it's always good to try to make sure your valve stem is pushed in so it doesn't get caught anything when you're trying to do this. I always start opposite the valve stem and push your tire iron down in and get it so you're hooked onto the bead. And you need the opposite side of the tire you want on the smallest part of the rim, so all the way to the inside. That way you have room on the other end to pry the bead over the rim. So you gotta be careful, because once you get a lot of pressure on these, and these tires are soft, so there's not a lot of pressure on them, but you gotta be careful, because these things can, your tire irons can have a lot of force, and they can slip out, or if they slip off your hand, they could hit someone or hit yourself. I haven't done it, knocked on wood, but so sometimes it's good to get two tire irons under so that you can do one and then the other, like so. Because otherwise, like right now, it can be kind of tough to get. It can be tough to get the tire iron back under. If right here. They're pretty tight, but get it under, pry it off. And I've got new tires and new tubes, so I'm not concerned about damaging my tubes. But if you were patching the tube or planning on reusing your tubes, you want to be careful not to pinch the tube with the tire iron, because there's nothing worse than changing your tires, getting everything put back together, and then you realize that you poked a hole in your tube putting things back on. Just like so. And then so once you got one bead off the rim, reach in and pull your tube out. Oh, actually, this will be easier once you push the other bead off the rim. So probably, guys, tell them like so. So I'm gonna clean up and paint these rims, and then I got new tubes and new tires to go on. All right, so I left you out of the dirty part, but I wire wheeled and then sanded my rim, and then wiped it down with some acetone, painted it. I kind of taped it off so I didn't get any paint on the outside. I just black Rust-Oleum is what I use because it's what I have. But so basically how this works is you're going to start by putting the one bead on, kind of same concept. You want the bead on one side on the narrowest part of the rim, so that you have as much slack as possible to get it over the outside of the rim. I'm going to try to avoid using, I usually do soapy water, and it works really well to help slide the tire on. But I'm going to be using this silicone spray, just because last time, I don't know, I know I'm going to scratch it up a little bit on the inside with the tire irons, and I'd rather not have water sitting against bare scratched metal. It's not going to rust a whole lot, but I'd like to avoid it if I can. So I'm going to use this silicone spray, which is kind of slippery. Use that as a lube to help slide it on. So, all right, here we go. We'll see if he wants to go. Fight. All right, there. So you want to get one half of the bead on the rim, and then you push your tube down in there. My valve stem is right here, and now I need to push it around and push it through the hole in the rim, which is easier said than done. There's no room to get my hands in there. I think they make cool, like so. Now, careful not to lose your valve stem. And more lube. So my battery died while I was recording, but yeah, basically just as long as you make sure your valve stem stays out through the hole in the rim, and kind of work your way around. This one actually slipped on pretty nice. That silicone spray worked really well. And then I'll air it up to 50 psi and we'll be good to go. Pull out on the valve stem. Make sure your valve stem is happy and seated well. Feel like Bob Ross. Happy little valve stem. We have happy valve stems, happy tires, happy tractor tires. New tractor tires make me happy very much. there you have it, 50 psi. So the camera cut out, but to get the tire on the rim probably only took me, I don't know, 5 minutes, a little more. If you have the right tools and you've done it a time or two and you got lube on it, it's really not that bad. So if anyone out there is looking to do it and seeing if it's really difficult, get yourself a couple tire irons, one's from Harbor Freight, whatever will work, and a bead breaker. Borrow a bead breaker or find a cheap one. It really makes the job not too bad, and after you do a couple of them, you can do them really quickly. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope this video helps. If you guys think I did anything stupid, or you think I should do this project any different way, leave me a comment so I can learn from other people's opinions. Hope this helps anyone. Thanks for watching. Since I just said it took me a little bit more than 5 minutes to do the other tire, first one, I'm going to see how long this one takes me. Okay, this one took 9 minutes, but I swear the last one went better.